Yo, what's good with the veterans? Military YouTube, back again with another banger. And today we're going to be talking about resetting yourself, stop selling yourself short, and get back in the VA disability claims process. Yeah, it might be looking like, this Drake versus Kendrick Lamar stuff, VA versus the veteran. But as always, you got to recenter yourself. Focus on what matters. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment down below your personal opinion. Let's get into it. Like I was saying, a lot of veterans go back and forth for many months, many years, just like Drake and Kendrick have been doing over the last few days with their rap disses. But tying that into VA disability, you know what I'm talking about? You gotta read. You gotta read the lyrics. Read your VA decision letter. Understand what they're asking, especially in denials. It shouldn't be why any veteran cannot get a supplemental overturned on a previously denied VA disability claim. Why? Because it tells you every reason why they denied you. All the answers are there. You might got a C or a D. It's like, hey, we got this, we got that. However, your personal statement was shit. You don't have a diagnosis. You need a little bit more medical evidence. Whatever the case may be, you have the answer. It's better to go in raw. Raw baby. But you gotta understand the VA disability claims process. So, take this for example. I'm a veteran. Right now, I'm at 60%. I just submitted my last claims. Well, just submitted some claims. One for migraines, one for plantar fasciitis, another one for IBS. Booty hole goblins, stand up. And I know I got sufficient medical evidence for migraines. I know I got sufficient medical evidence for my plantar fasciitis. However, when it comes to the IBS, I'm not too sure. I don't have much. I don't even got a diagnosis. But I'm going to put in a claim. Why? Because I served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay, cool. Fast forward, now it's CMP exam day. I already did mine for my migraines, talked a little bit, they looked at my medical evidence, cool and Gucci. Same with plantar fasciitis, it's cut and dry. If you got a diagnosis, you have surgery, you have non-surgical treatment, you have x-rays, MRIs of your plantar fascia tissue, showing these flare-ups, showing the issues, as well as with the migraines, you're showing frequency, intensity, severity, social and occupational impacts. Cool. 30 to 50 for migraines, maybe 30 for plantar fasciitis. Because that's the highest you can get right now. Unless you got past planus, whatever the case might be. But then we fast forward to the IBS, booty hole goblins, digestive issues. You have bare minimum evidence going in. Cool. You didn't get a call for a physical CMP exam. Possibly got an ACE. It's one of those exams where you don't need to go in person. The VA will rate you with what they do have. Okay, at this point, it's 50-50. Some veterans get called in, some veterans do not. However, it's up to the VA to render a CMP exam. Yeah, they did an ACE, but not a lot of veterans will appeal that on a supplemental. Not a lot of veterans are going to appeal. Why? Because the VA is going to send them a decision letter saying, hey, X, Y, and Z, you didn't have X, Y, and Z. And then more than likely, that veteran is going to go out, and try to gather X, Y, and Z. However, for a presumptive condition, because IBS, if, like I said, got served in Iraq and Afghanistan, hey, IBS is a presumptive condition to that area. So, what should have happened on that VA disability compensation and pension exam, the VA should have ordered you a colonoscopy. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, put your ass to sleep, put the camera deep in there. I'm talking about balls deep, baby. And not balls deep. Yeah, it's probably going balls deep. You know what I'm talking about? It's going balls deep, baby. They're supposed to do that. Duty to assist. If they're not doing that on a presumptive condition, especially if they say, hey, we've identified that you do have a disability because you did serve in Iraq and Afghanistan, they're doing you a disservice by denying that claim. Simply send that motherfucker to higher level review, HLR. Fight it there. Like, hey, yeah, I know they have a diagnosis coming in. I didn't have X, Y, and Z. However, 4 deployments to Iraq and 2 deployments to Afghanistan. More than likely, I have a lot of issues when it comes to presumptive disabilities. Yeah, I may not have a diagnosis fully. However, I explained it in my personal statement. I explained that I've been seeking treatment for the last 2 years. My doctor at the VA has yet to order a colonoscopy. I don't know why. He or she, they're not going to, telling me to bend over so they can physically eyewitness testimony, check that stuff out, you know what I'm talking about? No. So, hey, hopefully you win on that, because but you need to have your P's and Q's. You gotta be organized with this claim. Personal statement. If you got a diagnosis, hey, cool. If you don't, if you don't have a diagnosis with any claim, you're gambling with your patience and your time and stress in the claims process. Because for a majority disabilities, especially with the presumptive conditions, you need a current diagnosis. And the VA is denying a lot of veterans due to a lack of a diagnosis, a lack of continuity of care. What does that mean? Meaning, we don't care if you got, goblins coming out your booty hole. We don't care if you're bleeding. We don't care if you got hemorrhoids. If you ain't got a diagnosis, we ain't giving you nothing. But you got to understand the process. You can submit that to higher level review. You are going to be in the claims process a little bit longer, as long as you had that sufficient medical evidence, personal statement, detailed, articulate, talk. You got to talk. Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell your disability short. Don't sell the severity short. You always want to be 100% truthful. If your booty hole is blowing up every day, hey, tell them, I'm on the toilet. I'm hitting porcelain walls 3 to 4 times a day. And they ain't solid. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just one thing. That's just one of the things we could talk. But right now, due to all the changes that have been occurring, especially with the digestive system, I was at 60. The VA, they gave me 50 for migraines, and they gave me 30 for plantar fasciitis. And now my IBS claim is deferred. Why? Because I have a diagnosis. I knew that. However, I had a good personal statement that detailed everything, that it explained everything why I didn't have a diagnosis. So it's the duty to assist. It's the VA's part to schedule me for a in-person C&P exam and any diagnostic testing I need to take, X-ray, IBS, goblins, jumping in my booty hole, whatever the case may be, MRI, they need to do it, fulfill it. A lot of VA writers, a lot of claims specialists, they're not reading your personal statement, especially if it's incompetent. If it's found incompetent, they'll probably read the first paragraph and I'm like, nope, this veteran is absolutely don't know what he's talking about. Denied. Let him figure that shit out. And it's happened to me, but you gotta get detailed, but you gotta write. I know a lot of veterans don't like to read, definitely don't want to write. But in order to get these benefits, you gotta understand what is needed. Maybe 100% is not in your lifetime, but whatever your goal is, 30, 40, 70%, 80% TDIU, whatever the case may be, 100% permanent total gain. You know what I'm talking about? You got to understand the process. You just can't be rolling the dice, snake eyes going into the VA claims process, because what? You're going to risk losing some VA disability compensation, risk getting a reduction in your VA rating, risk increasing your anxiety and your stress and your hate for the VA. But as always, you like this kind of content, let your fucking boy know. This Debo out. Y'all stay Gucci with it.